Hey guys, HuShang here. Welcome to other HuShang tutorials. In this video we're going to be doing some build loader practice and showing you guys how I would go about it. So one of my students has or is doing a 3 racks build, and I want to get back into 3 racks in TVP. I have been doing the mine drop build that I showed you guys. But so what we're going to be doing here is playing 3 racks and just going through and kind of refining it again. Some of the changes they made recently, like the stim timing, have changed a little bit, so the build is a little different than when I last did it.
Supply depots insufficient.
Okay, let's grab our racks here on 16. I'll probably make a very detailed guide on this in a little bit, maybe a week. But for now, let's see what we can learn. Also, one of you guys was saying we should do a mechanics section on the mid game, and so we'll kind of be including that in this, I think, a little bit. So this would be good for beginners and more advanced players trying to refine their builds. Okay, so here I already missed something that I want to be doing, which is a scout on 17. So we can take command here and fix this easily. So the way to do it is to figure out what you want as a reminder. So the brain works, at least for Starcraft, in a pretty simple manner. You need a trigger, something to base what you're going to do off of. Otherwise, it just, there's nothing concrete to even think about what you're going to do. So you need something to remind you to do something else. So that's where the trigger is. So in this case, we can use the gas, I suppose. So once we make the gas, that'll be our reminder to change our rally point and set up this SUV scout. So that'll be our maybe task, we can call it. And then that's the way you want to go about it. Now when I take command here, I could take command now after the gas is built. I think the gas will work. We'll see in a sec. But I could take command after the gas. That will not help you at all. So what we need to actually do, if you want to memorize this easily, is go before the gas. Whoa. It might be a little early, actually, the gas, but let's see. Yeah, okay, so we'll go from here. It's actually the one after the gas. But we have to start before the gas. We have to actually build the gas. And then remember to change our rally point right now. So that's the basics of memorizing a new build, is you have to create a series of different triggers and tasks. And if you forget anything, then you want to make sure you practice that. Now this is probably going to go a lot quicker. I shouldn't say probably. This is definitely going to go a lot quicker than it's going to go for you, because I've played this game for 10 years. So you'll want to, like, I mean, realistically you can spend like 10 hours trying to learn a new build over time. Obviously don't do that in one day, but that's a realistic time frame. Especially the lower you go, the more time it's going to take. So let's grab our CC. Doing our scout, we're noting the nexus or the cyber time. And then we're going to see if there's any other pylons. I want to get this depot more tight. So let's go back. The reason I want to get this tight is because I'm going to base my bunker timing off of here. And so I don't want to have that late. So what I want to do here is get my SCV after something. Let's see. So I think I'm going to go with the CC. Okay, so my plan is going to be CC, send the SCV to the depot, and then focus on the scout after, I believe. Let's see. And now focus on the SCV. Looks good. Find the pylons.
Command center upgraded.
Okay, now we want a second racks because we're going to be doing a 3 racks build. I think we'll just assume they went Nexus first here, because that'll make the build easier. But we might want to practice both so that we have muscle memory for both of these tasks. Reactor. Grab our bunker. You should be fine. Let's see, this looks good so far, so let's keep playing. Actually, no, there is one thing I want to switch up here. So let's see actually if it was the case. Yeah, okay, so what I want to switch up here is, this is going to be a very mineral heavy build. So what I want to do is use my gas workers instead of these mineral workers. So let's see when we can start doing that. I wonder if it's even worth it in here. I don't think so. Possibly. If we need more gas, we can come back. So let's actually try that. Let's see if that's good or not. So CC. Let's go from here. So you guys can see this is maybe a little bit tedious for some of you, but this is probably the fastest way you can improve in your early game, is to really have this tight. Now I'm assuming I'm going to send it here, but I don't actually know yet.
Command center upgraded.
Go Marine. Okay, now we want to get this guy across. I'm just going to ignore the Reaper until we actually learn the build. Now we want to get our racks. Let's use this guy. And let's send him, I don't know, here probably. We'll see. Let's grab a gas, maybe in here. You can see I'm changing my rally point too much, so we got to figure all this out. Probably these guys are both going to go to this one, I would imagine. Just a guess, though. It's starting to look a little better. Let's maybe grab eBay.
Add-on operational.
Looking good.
Quantity insufficient.
Tech lab. Okay, I think our gas is lining up nicely. It's kind of hard to say. Now, I know that we want to go +1 first, then stim. But you guys might have to figure that out if you're making your own build order. I'm going to do a big cut here because I want to prioritize the SCVs. So actually, let's pause here. So this might be something huge that you guys are not doing. That's incorrect. Is prioritizing your units here and trying to make SCVs. And you kind of can't do both with a build like this. Like if you look at my money, I have 4 Marines I could be making, and so I'm just not going to make any. And the reason is I want these to line up really nicely so that I can keep track of everything. Because if I queue up like 1 Marine right now, and then I just queue up like 1 later, it gets really awkward with when to put down your depots and when to make SCVs and when to make units. It's just overly complicated, especially if you're scouting and stuff. You don't want to be burdened with all of that info. So what I'm going to do is wait till I have exactly enough money to get 1 round. So in this case, 3. Let's grab a depot. This will make your builds flow way better, and it's way easier on you as well. Which is part of the goal, right? Like, the goal isn't to do the build absolutely perfect, necessarily. At least not like literally perfect. The build is, you're supposed to do it in a way that's easy for yourself as well, so that you can do other stuff like maybe scout with this Reaper or something. Okay, let's get our factory here at 4. Now I have enough money here to queue up a full round, so I'm just going to do it right away. You might also notice that I'm queuing up 2 SCVs at a time consistently. That's so that I don't need to think about, you know, which I'm basically tying them together. So these are one thing to me. SCVs on both command centers are one thing. They're not two things. And so by doing that, I'm limiting the number of things I need to think about. So really all I need to think about here, well, not all I need to think about, there's still a lot, but there's the SCVs, the Marines, the depots, and then anything else is my money. There might be a couple exceptions, but there's basically just those three things and the money. So if I play here, you'll watch closely. Actually, let me go back and do it again. So if I go from here at, is this a good spot? Yeah, this is a pretty good spot. Okay, so right here, if I go from here, you're gonna see that I'm really simplifying everything. So I'm making SCVs. Let's go 2 SCVs here. I'm watching the depot. The depot's really far along. And then I'm watching my gas. It went over 100, so I knew I needed combat. Then I made a full round. Oh, my depot's done. Another one. Watching the SCVs again. Back to the beginning. Back to the Marines. Watching the gas. Back to the Marines. Still thinking about the Marines. 400 or 200, sorry. Boom. Depot's almost done. Keep another one. Okay, so let me write that down, because you guys might still think I'm going fast. But basically, I'm thinking SCVs, and whenever they're ready, I go 2. And then I'm thinking Marine cycle, right? Which right now is 4, so 200 minerals. So I'm thinking when those guys are ready, if I have 200 minerals, boom, 4. And then I'm thinking depot almost complete, build a new one. Now this can get really messed up if you guys are taking your gases at really bad times. So let's do that. Let's, for argument's sake, let's destroy this build. Who did this build? Bomber? Is this Bomber's build? 3 racks? I don't know, but whoever made this build's gonna be really mad at us, but that's okay. We're doing this for teaching purposes. Okay, let's just play from here. And I'm gonna take the gas, and you guys are gonna see how absolutely horrible this is if you do something as simple as take your gas at the wrong time. Or even if we fill this, we're just gonna demonize this build. Okay, so I have no money. Let's grab our bunker. Luckily we started this replay too late, so we could actually afford our bunker. That would have been the absolute worst ever. Forgetting our bunker. Making SCVs. My 3rd racks is crazy late with this. Gotta get our eBay still.
Not enough minerals.
Now I've seen a lot of platinum players or around that league. Look, I can't afford my orbital. Okay, let's just say I forget my orbital because I'm a noob. Let's get my tech lab. I'm more worried about that. I'm making SCVs here. Floating 200 gas. Let's get a 3rd one. It's a little extreme, but let's get a 3rd one. Get +1. Still can't afford that orbital. Maybe you guys just don't make SCVs because you really need to get stim started. That's pretty important, right? Let's get a tech lab here. Oh, we forgot the orbital. Let's just grab that. We cut an SCV here to do that. Let's get these guys in gas. Maybe you're focusing on Marines here instead of SCVs. Let's actually do that for a bit. I think that's pretty common. Just focusing on, maybe you're thinking, oh, I should make some Marauders here probably because I have so much gas, so that's probably good. So you guys can see this build is getting like terrible. Maybe you're thinking, oh, I need my factory here. I got way too much gas. What do I do? Let's get another eBay. You know, so like this build is just horrible now, right? And it's all because we took our gas at the wrong time. So basically what I'm saying is if you're going to use this method, you need to take your gases at the right time. And so that's why I was emphasizing the gas earlier. Where did I destroy this build? Way back here, I think. Okay. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have went that far back and destroyed it. But okay, here we are. We're back at the beginning. That's fine. We need to practice this anyways. We'll see how many of you stick around for the tough learning, as I like to call it. Well, this is probably the best video you're gonna watch on how to learn, so you should stick around if you want to get better. Okay, let's grab our barracks. So I'm thinking this SUV should go here at the end. That's just a guess though. Let's see if I'm right. Let's grab this. Let's grab this. Oh, I kind of don't want this to die because it's going to mess up our supply. Okay. Now, this is a scouting SUV, I think. Yeah, so we'll just put... Oh, that was the bunker SUV. So I should have queued the bunker guy here for the next time. And then I can change the rally point, because these guys are going to go here. So that's fully queued up. Oh, and we need our eBay. That actually is way too late. Let's go back and do that. Okay, so we fixed this though. This is good progress. Even though it seems like we're just making doing the same part, we fixed this. So now we know that these guys go here, right? And so let's start from this point. And let's put an eBay down. Let's put this guy here. Let's put the eBay down there. Let's put the eBay guy to go that way, because that'll take a while. Okay, now we don't have any of the gas problems, so we're easily able to afford everything. Everything's lining up nice. We can afford Marines. We're almost back into a position where we can get a nice rhythm going. Should make sure I select these and send them into the gas after it's started. Otherwise they idle by it. Maybe you guys didn't realize what was causing that problem if you've had it before, but that's what causes it. Let's start stim here. Actually, let's get this first. And then let's get stim. We have enough for a full cycle, so 1, 2, 3. I'm always looking down here as well, by the way, at these little white dots, so I can tell that I did it correctly. On the last cycle, I actually made one too many, so I was able to cancel because I looked down there. So here we're going to go combat first as a priority. 4 Marines. Let's get another depot. It's almost done. And we're back into that rhythm of the cycle. Get a meal soon. I guess that's something I didn't say, because I'm watching the purple bars here at the top. Okay, we have 100 gas. That's our factory. Queuing up SUVs as a priority. 200 minerals, so in for Marines. Depot's almost finished. Watching my gas. The next thing we need our gas on is just to get another a starport and reactor, and then +1. So I'm not really worried about that right now. Let's go 4 more Marines. We're gonna move out maybe at the next cycle. And then let's do 5 racks, because I want to cheese my opponents. Do we want it this early? Probably not, actually. Let's grab these, since... Okay, my trigger for this is when it gets to 16 on minerals. Let's get another depot. And time to move out. And we forgot something. Amazing. We're going to be doing this all night, which is perfect, which is what you guys are going to need to do. Okay, so here we forgot to check if Protoss has a third base. So what you want to be doing is, before you do this attack, you need to know if Protoss is expanding, because if Protoss is doing an all-in, we are super screwed. So where would we add that in? We'd go back.
Operational.
So maybe, where's the Reaper? I'm not sure when my Reaper died, actually. But okay, so if the Reaper died, we would send it out maybe even in here. We want to know by about 4:30, so should be able to leave at about 4. Maybe we could tie it in with our combat shield, could be good, or we could sneak it out earlier in case Protoss is trying to deny us some scouting here. Let's go from here. think you guys are going to benefit a lot from watching me do the cycle right in this area. This is where most people slip up. Queue up that again. Let's get this guy like this. Okay, 100 gas. Getting a little tighter at this part. That's good. SUVs again. Mule. 4 Marines waiting for 200. Boom.
Mineral quantity insufficient.
Watching my gas. Hope some of you guys aren't having seizures right now. Keep the SUVs. Keep the Marines if we have the money. We do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Depot is fine. We don't need to queue that up. Factory's okay. And let's just say Protoss does have a third. Okay, good. So that means we can attack. That's why it was important to do that. 16 SUVs at this natural. Boom, boom. Depot's finished. Get another one. Let's start Marauders here, maybe. This is finished.
Cannot build there.
Let's get that started. Let's get +1. What do we want to get next with our gas? Probably medevacs.
Search. Upgrade completed.
And since we have a starport now, we need 2 depots at a time. Okay, keep grinding. Keeping those cycle going.
Insufficient.
Terran's probably the most important race for the cycle.
Enough energy.
So make sure you're really consistent with that. Queue up again. Gonna swap those soon.
Supply
Stim, A move, forget this because unless you're masters.
add on constructed.
Let's swap these bad boys. Let's go for a reactor maybe. Kind of depends on what they're doing. Alright, cool. And yeah, we could add on more. Like we could have went up to 5 racks or we could have got a 30cc. I didn't do either, so that's obviously terrible. But we could have done one of those. But yeah, hopefully this guys helps you in the mid game because this is really one of the most important parts of the game is really understanding how to keep track of your money and keep track of your spending. And if you start playing in a way that's, you know, a couple Marines here, and then you're just trying to figure out how to spend your money, and you're like, I don't know, maybe some Liberators, then your games are going to be super chaotic and not organized at all. So you want to be able to manage them like this. It should make your games or your macro a lot more simple, and you can do more stuff. All right. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.